name the devil. All right, come on in. Come on in. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. All right, I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. All right, you see it on the screen. MADURO. All right. All right. And a $50 million reward for him. $50 million. You see it yourself. Now, the question that we're asking, was this justification for U.S. going inside Venezuelan country? Going there. Or was it justification? Is this legal? And I want to hear from my experts tonight. I know some of you guys will tell me that's been following this case. And we're here to break it down. And that's what I want. I want it broken down. And again, this is totally foreign to me. I didn't realize. Now, this bounty came out on him like 4 months ago. So this is nothing just all of a sudden happened. Now, Trump going gangster. That's what he's showing. He's going gangster. Real talk. And that's what I'm seeing here. All right, Cassandra, I see you. So we're gonna jump right into it. And we listen, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna jump right into it. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen, people. Is this legal or illegal versus the U.S. MADURO? Am I pronouncing his name correctly? All right. Is this legal? We done brought him up on charges. Somebody said, Verlene said, good evening, Martin. Yes, it is very justified, and they're not doing it to stop the drugs. They want the oil, but in the midst of it, they do want to try to get the citizen in some formal order and give them some type of leeway of having some normacy. Okay, let me see. Normacy. These people have been suffering, but best to believe it is about the oil. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, come on in. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Talk to me. I need some calls. 872-299-08. We jumping right into it. All right, Miss Walker, I see you. I see you. Sharice writes, I see you. Right, I see you. I see you. All right, Nisha. Miss Taylor. All right. Come on in. Let me put the number on there because we got to get right. We're going to get right into it. This is a hot subject, people. This is a very hot subject, and we want to get right into it. Or, okay, 872-297-6389. All right. What do y'all think? What do you guys think? Is it about the oil? Is it really about the drugs? What is it about? Somebody come and talk to me. Let's talk. All right, we got a caller. Oh, Brother Bill coming in. All right, he coming in. All right, people, we ain't got to wait all day. We can call in. Let's get this done. Let's get it done. Legal or illegal versus the U.S. versus MADURO. All right. His wife is a lawyer. What? Hold on. All right. Hey, Bill, hold on. Let me read a couple of these. His wife, a lawyer. Y'all don't think they will back them up? Okay. All right. That was Thomas Johnson. All right. Sharice says the Black King and Queen Project. Okay, come on, Bill. Let's get it. Let's get it going. What do you think, Bill?
Hey,
Talk to us. All right.
I think this whole Venezuelan situation with them bringing them here. I said it on this show before that the Democrats brought them here, but the Republicans are complicit with them being here. They never fought back to secure the borders, use no executive orders or anything, including Greg Abbott. This this was all planned years ago. America or uh, the, uh, the people that's in power that shouldn't be in power invested in that country many years ago. If you listen to any of Donald Trump's speeches, he said they went in there 20 years ago. But my thing is this: this is a perfect example to see that neither side is for us. You got a heart to always help everybody else in all these foreign lands, but not take care of your business here. It's some unfinished business with foundational Black Americans, and they know it. More is being revealed in the last 5 years, and here's another case that they went over there and invested in their country. Them people couldn't walk no 3,500 miles without some help. Then they get here and bless them with the resources, and now they're gonna get resources to go back. And he point blank said that he's gonna make it. America's gonna run the country until they get somebody in play, and it's gonna be better for the Venezuelan people. This is all this is all a scheme, a scam for America and the top 1% in these politics or politicians, should I say?
Mm-hmm.
It's plain and simple, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
How these people get here,
Mm-hmm.
and we 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 end up with the short end of the stick all all the time,
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Mm-hmm. So true.
Just another way we see that reparations could be paid. All the billions of dollars that's been spent just on this situation. Ukraine, Israel, they've been giving them money for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, black
Okay.
people. Wake up.
Mm-hmm. Wake
That's
up.
all I got to say for now,
Okay.
Mark.
Thank you, Bill. All right, we're taking calls 872-299-0808. Come on, people. 872-297-6389. What is your comment? What is your thought? Is this legal or illegal? All right. All right. Let's read some of the comments. All right, we're gonna read some of the comments. All right, let's read some of the comments. All right. Ernesto said Farrakhan predicted this back in 2019. It's both about the drugs and oil. The U.S. government is one of the biggest drug dealers in the world. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Me. All right, people. We still got the lines open. Nathan says that Trump is doing what other presidents failed to do. He's cleaning up a messy house and he's not afraid to make boss moves. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. I think I read this earlier, but I read definitely not about drugs. This a big money making business in America. It would affect too many resources in America. America is not trying to fix a drug problem. It's about the oil. Oh wow. All right. Sharice Wright said the Black Wall Street Times. All right. All right. Let's get it going.
And there's a lot of
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
there's a lot of other resources, uh, minerals and things besides oil that they got a lot of fruit. and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
But the oil and the minerals are what they're gonna capitalize off of. I remember hearing when they announced the reason why they were helping Ukraine because we were buying oil from Ukraine and they were one of our biggest suppliers. At that point, Venezuela was, I believe, the fifth or seventh, somewhere in between their uh, largest oil supplies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
These people have been down there playing dirty, doing just what they've been doing for hundreds of years. They went down there and set up and took over, and Maduro's regime thought they was gonna be able to rise up or work the number on the people who were down there, which they didn't say they was representing America. But Trump came in and like you said, made a gangster move at the perfect time to put everybody in play that he or America or whoever gonna benefit the most off of it. Because guess what? It ain't gonna make the price of gas go down, fuel go down that much, and it ain't gonna benefit the regular people. Especially if you look like us.
Yeah. Let's see what this other caller got to say, Bill. Hold on. Come on now, 9433. All right, we're looking for new callers. Come on, 9433.
Hey, Mark. He's making sure that the rich will stay rich, and people like us stay poor.
Okay, when you said people like us, were you referring to black people or,
The black people. The black people. My color, your color.
Oh, okay.
He's really, to be honest with you, Mark, he's headed for self-destruction.
Okay, now you saying he. Who you referring to he when you say that? Who he?
Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. Just trying to make it clear. Okay.
I'm gonna just make it plain and clear. He's starting chaos where chaos don't need to be started.
Okay. All righty. Y'all hear it? We're looking for some more callers. Where's some new callers at? 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth. Okay. Miss Jackson said, are the Venezuelans that are still going back home? I guess the ones that here, they're going back home. Yeah. Are they still here? Are they going back home? That is a good question. That's a good question, Bill. That's a good question. Yeah. All right. We got a lot of questions. Now, if you look at the screen, people, look at the screen right here. They offered $25 million at first. Now they had raised it up to $50 million. So I guess U.S. said, hey, to save taxpayers' money, we're going in ourselves and go get them. So,
hey,
go ahead.
Martin, you got to ask yourself, why wouldn't those people, the Venezuelans, go back home when the Americans then took over? When America then already showed them, let them come here with open arms. But I guarantee you, if we go down there, we'll be treated worse than what we ever have been treated up here, should I say. This has been a money grab from the beginning, man. Why would the cartel in South America let the most precious resource they have. Yeah, they got oil and minerals, all this other stuff, gold. Why would they let the most precious resource they have, human beings, just up and flee and leave if they wasn't complicit with it?
Mm.
Because whatever's going on down there, they're gonna need people to work. It's been a power move, man.
Okay.
Right in our face.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was talking to a partner of mine today, and he said that the campaign finance reform would stop big money from buying politicians. Now, he said, in fact, most don't know that oil companies gave Donald Trump a campaign a $1 billion donation. Connect the dots. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Anybody can attest to that? Oh, wow. $1 billion donation. The oil companies. Wow. Now, that's deep. That's deep, Bill. Have you ever heard anything about that, Bill?
I haven't heard anything about it, but I could believe it to be the truth. I could believe it to be the truth. Because he point blank said it in the interview that the top American oil companies are going down there to drill, that they were drilling down there before and they wasn't producing about 4% of what they could.
Okay. Wow. All right. Now let's go to the chart that you guys I see on the screen. It says the U.S. military forces capture Maduro in the Venezuela in January 2026, amid a controversial operation. Okay, that's CBS News. Legal experts argue the United States or the U.S. may violate international law, the UN Charter Article 2 and 4, by using force without UN on Venezuelan consent. Okay, that said the meant. All right, now number 3 said that the U.S. officials framed it as a law enforcement action tied to drug-related incidents and domestic charges. All right. Others say failing to congressional authorization raises constitutional questions under the U.S. law. Now, he's talking about Donald Trump. Now, what do you guys think about what I got on the screen here now? I need some scholars to call in. Yeah. I need some callers. 872-299-0808. We got enough people on here to make this happen. Let's come on now. I need some fresh callers, some new callers. Yeah. And do you think it was about the oil?
Sure,
Go ahead, Bill.
The legal part of it is they're basically saying it's against the UN charter article that you named, the 2-4. But I don't think he playing by their rules or it's a loophole in it. It already has happened. What's the most that they think they're gonna try to do? Make him turn him loose? Nah.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
But what they got him on? No, that ain't gonna happen. Cause we know fentanyl has affected America, and who else more than us? They gonna they gonna charge him, and he gonna be in court against what the UN's charter articles are. UN have standards and rules and regulations, but they not the world's law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, call, man.
It's Mr. Marcus. Hey, Mr. Marcus.
Hi, Martin. Happy New Year to you
right.
and Bill both.
All right.
I'm gonna get straight to the point.
Get straight to the point. Yes, sir.
Anytime America does something in another country, it's to benefit America and the billionaires that control America. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that the only real reason why we invaded Venezuela was control of the resources, the natural resources, which is oil, and that it seems to be a weaker country, easy victory. And now America wants to govern Venezuela. And from what I'm hearing this on social media, that 95% of the Venezuelans that live there are happy with that invasion. But I don't think they know what really happened and why America has done what it has done. Just look what America has done to Black people. They've helped us in a way, but only because it benefits them. And then once they get what they want, they leave. That's my opinion.
Now, do you think that was a violation for us, when I say us, the U.S., to go into that country to apprehend Mr. Maduro and his wife?
Yeah. Yes, because what had Mr. Maduro did to America personally? What threat was he to America for them to do that? Yes, that was wrong, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. Now, most of the fentanyl come from Mexico, I heard. Now, somebody, if that's not right, somebody can correct me. Now, I heard that they said that
it come from Mexico and South America.
Okay.
All over South America.
Okay. Okay.
The thing I like people to see that I've been on the soapbox preaching is just look at the chain of events, man. America helped their number one resource get here for a reason. They took it away. They was taking their power away then because Maduro had actually lost the election.
Mm-hmm.
He took over. He had actually lost the election there.
Mm-hmm.
So America, in order to get these people here and recognize all of what's going on, they had their hands and feet in their land prior, doing dirty deals. And they took his resources. They took his resources under the pretense of him being a drug lord.
Okay. Okay.
And let me ask you this. Was Venezuela bringing in most of the drugs in America? Don't drugs come in from other countries besides Mexico and Venezuela?
Anybody can answer that?
Well, South America, period. Colombia, Peru, all those places, Mexico, have a part of the narcotics getting here by way of all of the cartels that's there. And I wouldn't be surprised the way the America I know play. The cartels are are funded, ran by America. But there's no way possible anybody, if the cartel was really in control, in which they are, but they let people just leave when they need them. Doesn't make sense.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
America is doing what America been doing. They throw bricks and hide their hands.
Okay. Now, let me say this as someone sent me a question to ask. Let me pull it up. I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Let me pull it up. You know, I have people that's come and text me. And let's see. The question is, Trump said Venezuela stole oil from America. Now, maybe somebody can put that out there. How is that possible?
Huh. That's what I would like to know.
How could you steal oil in your own country unless you can set up some kind of deal with America and then give them what they want or stuck to the deal? That's the only way. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out.
Yeah, this is... All right, people, 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. We're taking calls tonight, and this is a hot topic all around the country. Some agree and some don't agree. They think that America has no business being in that country, should have never kidnapped MADURO. I hope I pronounce his name. So that man, it's something deep. Not only him, but his wife too. But they did have a $50 million boundary out on a reward on them. Yeah. So what do you guys think? It just go ahead, Marcus.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
It sounded to me like some type of terrorist. America made a terrorist move, but I mean that's the way it sounds like to me. It ain't funny, but I mean, you know, these leaders got to be careful when they're talking to America because America is crazy. Got to add some humor to it.
Okay. Okay. So what?
The president just said they had been down there 20 or 25 years ago. So they were down there making deals, but if it wasn't known, those were under the table deals. And maybe America just got greedy. Maybe they had a agreement to get a certain amount, and felt like they wanted more. They wanted it all.
Yeah, I see.
That's what they usually do.
That is deep. That's deep. I want to hear what the American people that say. Come on, people. Let's. I need you guys to talk. Let's talk about it. Yeah, we're talking about it. We got a few people. Make sure you guys like this video. First of all, I need you guys to hit that like button. Hit the like button. Oh, we got another call. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Both YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X or X. All right. Let's go through some of these comments real quick before we got another caller coming in. The caller says, let me see if I can put this up there. All right. Trump doesn't care. He pardoned ex-president of Honduras for drug trafficking and tried and convicted. Okay, come on. I believe that's Renee. Hey, Renee.
Hey, Martin, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Good. Good to hear from you.
Good. Hey, Martin, I just wanted to mention a few things to you. Really quickly. One, there's someone in your on your feed right now who I think you need to block.
Okay.
His comments are totally inappropriate. Brian Gallimore and
Okay.
racist. So I just want to clarify a few things for you. I'm sorry?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening. Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry
I'm
about
listening.
that. Just want to say really quickly that if people remember their story or what happened years ago, the president who Trump said he wants, or who said that she should now be empowered, not his vice president, the one who is in hiding, he came right out and said he doesn't think she's going to be basically a good fit to be president. And don't you find that funny, considering that she was part of a coup to overthrow the former president or the president of Venezuela? While fentanyl does come from Mexico, the main chemical needed to make it comes from China. So why not invade China? Well, we know why he won't invade China. Why won't he go over and invade Russia? We know why he won't invade Russia. Did he consult the BRICS nations? No, he didn't. So I think when you start talking about stories like this, one, I'm very surprised that people in your audience, and maybe because people didn't know you were coming on live today, they haven't been questioning why the Venezuelans that are still here haven't been sent home. And I can tell you this right now, and I think I've discussed this with you before, there's no way anybody in their right mind will think that anyone left Venezuela walking. I flew to Quito, Ecuador, and I can tell you this right now, I did an all-day tour of Quito, and I was absolutely exhausted from the amount of walking. So anyone who believes that they walked from Venezuela to the Mexican border needs to have their head examined. Now, they should be questioning why those who are here are still here. They should be sent home. Everybody was in an uproar about it. As a matter of fact, I think on your platform the other night, people were very upset about them still being here and all the money that they supposedly received. So now that he's gone, let them go. There was no oil that was stolen from the United States. That Venezuelan is sovereign. They're on their own. We do not own their oil, and this is exactly what Trump set out to do. It was Pam Bondi who put out the $50 million bounty. When you hear something like that coming from somebody from his office, you have to just say to yourself, why would somebody put out a bounty like that? It has to be something that they want. And when someone says, we're going to have American companies go into Venezuela and run their oil industry, I think that's a lot of nerve. That's like them coming over here saying they're going to run something here in America, and we know that would never be allowed to happen.
Never.
And again, I want to reiterate the person in your feed, Brian Gallimore.
Brian,
I think you really need to block him because his comments are totally inappropriate and very racist.
Okay, will do. All right, you've been booted out, sir. I've last show I think he was going crazy. Every now
he was.
every now and then
he is now.
every now and then you do need a little crazy because he's stirred. I'm not laughing.
Yeah,
but
he's calling people,
the N word and all
talking
that
about the black community. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you see it.
Yeah. Man, what is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Whew. Okay, Renee, I'm gonna handle that. Anything else, Renee?
Okay, thank you so much.
Anything else?
No, I don't think it was the right move. It's something that we shouldn't be involved in. We need to worry about what's going on here. Release those files, which people keep distraction. It's amazing how they could go right in and find this gentleman, but yet they couldn't find those emails for Hillary Clinton. He couldn't find Kenya on a map because he thought it was Hawaii. And they need to focus on what's happening here. and how much money he has made and how much richer his family has become since he took office.
Okay. He is referring to Donald Trump, correctly? Correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So want to be sure. All
And
right.
Brian, I would make a comment to you, but your comments are totally, racist, and hopefully people will let you have it on your own. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Renee. All right, we're going to go to the next caller. 214, B Red. Hey, B Red. Go ahead. You guys are called. Make sure you hit the like button. I need you guys to call in too
Hey, B.
as well.
Red,
Yeah.
What's going on, big brother?
What's going on?
It's Terrence.
Oh, okay. I thought it was B Red. I'm sorry. 214. I know this is a counselor, brother. What's going on, brother? How you feeling? Enjoyed you the other night, bro. I really did. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts and
enjoyed
comment
you
on
too.
this? Yes. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you gotta protect me when them weak ass punks
I
come
know.
against
I mean, you got to. All right. Let's not get started. Okay, I got you.
you. Okay,
All right,
you got me.
I
Okay.
got you. Come on.
The reason Trump did what he did was because on December 27th, a week ago, 5, 6, 7 days ago, a $3 trillion bill was due on December 27th, a few days ago, from China for American bonds that they promised China $3 trillion and got in loans. And that bill was due December 27th. China is part of BRICS. And December 27th, China and BRICS will no longer accept the petrodollar, American dollars, or China's the Walmart of the world. And for their goods and services that come over here on ships and fill up the stores, they are not accepting American dollars anymore. The American dollar has lost 97% of its value.
Oh, wow.
Up until that point. And so what has happened is the engineers in America have found 350 billion barrels of oil under Venezuelan soil. And that's why what happened. And Trump says Venezuelan oil belongs to America and it's under their soil. And you ask the question, why did he do that? It's because in John 8:44, Jesus said, I know you are of your father, the devil. He was a liar from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. And the lust for oil of your father ye will do. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. And he abodes not in the truth. It's just a big lie. And it's oil jacking because that $3 trillion bill is due that America owes. Just like if somebody jacked a car, if anybody jacks a car and takes a car, the same way America has jacked Venezuelan oil tankers, they'll be looking at 10 to 20 years in federal pen.
Now, can you hold it for a second? I agree with what you're saying. The question I want to ask you seem to be more informed. Can you relate why did they have a reward for Mr. Maduro for $50 million? I heard it was $25 million, then they doubled it to $50 million. Can you tie this in with that too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, $50 million is a small price to pay for the 350 billion barrels of oil that they would get by capturing this man. If you multiply 350 billion times price of a barrel of oil is like $80, you go into the zillions of dollars. And so they wanted that. They wanted that blank check. They wanted that
They wanted that booty. Booty is the spoils of war, and they wanted to steal that oil, jack that oil, rob that oil, rob that country, just steal their resources. And that's what America has always done.
Mm-hmm.
Always. You see, most of your inventors are black, but whites will come along and steal it. There's a zillion cars in America. Who did they say invented the car? They say Henry Ford. Black man, C.R. Patterson. C.R. Patterson invented the car, and Henry Ford stole it from him. They give George Washington Carver credit for 3 inventions. 3 inventions. The man invented 300 things, and they won't give him the credit for it. So this has been the MO, which is Latin for modus operandi, which means the way racism. This is how racism works. This is no different than going over to Africa and getting slaves for the slave trade. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different. It's absolutely no different. 1555, the first slave ship came to America, and the name of the ship was Jesus, captained by Sir John Hawkins in 1555. And it was full of blacks. Now the slave ship is the USS whatever that brought over Maduro, and now they're getting Spanish slaves. And the Spanish are black, they don't realize it. So this is a continuation of the slave trade. And like I said, slavery never ended. And the problem is black people in America, they only hate one thing, and they hate to hear the truth. Slavery never ended. And the proof of it is the Dred Scott Act. Anybody can look it up on Google. The Dred Scott decision of the Supreme Court, which says white people don't have to respect anything black people ask for, demand, or say. This is the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And that and dumbass jackass Sarge tried to downplay what I said.
Okay,
and
listen.
Okay.
Don't start that. Just stay on course.
I won't do
we
it.
got another caller. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We don't want to try to stir it
Yes,
up.
sir.
We want to stay focused today. All right, because this is a serious matter. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. And he tried to say, "Oh, it's the 13th Amendment." It has nothing to do with what I said. He changed the subject. That's not the subject. The subject was slavery still exists.
Okay.
And what happened was the latest form of slavery. Trump said, I got some new niggas in Venezuela. I got a new plan. I'm gonna make Venezuela my new plantation. Good luck with that, because China just told Trump today the same thing Moses told Pharaoh: "Let my people go."
Okay.
China just told Trump today,
let
Maduro go.
Okay. Hold that right there, brother. Let me go to the next caller too. I mean, I'll let you talk. Let me go to the next caller. We'll come back eventually. 281. Come on, my brother.
Sir.
281. Come on.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. 281.
I'm actually agreeing with him.
No, but it's not a matter you agreeing with them or not. I just wanted you to get a turn to talk. I mean, I gave them time,
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about
Okay.
it. But again, I agree with a lot of stuff that he's saying, but I'm gonna try to say this without sounding like I'm a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. I'm neither one of the three. But he just proved to the world what I've been saying for a long time: his power and what he's capable of doing, what he wanted to do. Who's to say he may put prisons over there and start getting Americans put over there in their prisons You know, I mean, it's a whole bunch of things gonna come about after this. In a way, it may our gas prices might go down. They might go down. They may go down. We got some political problems with other countries because of what happened. I have someone hung up on me because I said what he did. I thought it was kind of bold what he did, but I mean, it's a whole bunch of things. That person asked me if I had a problem with it, and I told him no. And I don't have a problem with it for this reason. No matter how I feel about it, it's wrong for him to do what he did. But what can we do as a race of people to stop him from what he did? We can't stop him from what he's trying to do, what he's going to do. All we can do is sit back for the ride. That's all we can do. We can march to the White House. We can protest. We can do all. It ain't gonna change anything. They've been waiting a long time for somebody like this to come along with this much power. I'm gonna land my plane.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next caller. Area code 469. Hey, caller.
Hey, greetings, Brother Martin. This is Dr. Pamela Denise Long. Can you hear me?
Hey, Doc, how you doing? Wonderful and great.
I'm good. Good. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I am appreciating the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that you put up the statement that I made as a U.S. Yeah.
Y'all keep talking. Somebody banging on my door. So go ahead. Just keep talking. Go ahead.
Okay, as a U.S. Senate candidate, so let's talk about a few things here. The president absolutely can, through the War Powers Act of 1973, can have unilaterally an excursion into a situation as long as he briefs Congress within 48 hours of having completed that excursion. And there's several reasons why he and the Department of War, Department of Defense wouldn't want to tell all of Congress. And that's because of the potential for leak and how that could endanger troops that are on the ground. And so he could even talk specifically to the Speaker of the House before going into a military excursion or incursion and still be in compliance. There are a couple things that people need to consider here. One, the ways in which drugs overall have been flooding into communities across the country from Central and South America. The accusation that Maduro, just like what happened in Arkansas for the crack epidemic, allowed the cartel, which really do run a lot of South and Central America, the drug cartels, the movement of people and product across the hemisphere and across borders, has been allowed to happen using airspace, rail, and the like. In addition, the clearly obvious thing when you read my statement, and I have no problem acknowledging it because it's absolutely true, is that oil is part of the equation, probably a significant part of the equation. Venezuela, it's estimated that in the ground under Venezuela is anywhere from 300 to 303 or thereabouts billion barrels of oil. It is the largest oil reserve in the world. Venezuela has been vying for inclusion in BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, plus other nations, collaboration and there are a couple things that are happening. I heard one of the callers mention this before, and pardon me for going on, I apologize. But I want to make sure we get it out. One of the things that's happening within BRICS Nation is to de-dollarize. Back under Nixon, with the help of Henry Kissinger, who was Nixon's Secretary of State, when we came off the gold and silver certificate, the backing of our currency, to a straight fiat currency, we implemented something a couple of years later, I think it was like 70 to 73, called the petrodollar, which required nations to trade, invoice, and settle payments using dollars, which is not their currency. And so what has happened is those countries have tried to basically use their own currency. And this goes back to Gaddafi with Libya wanting to use the gold dinar to back African currencies. That would have completely uprooted the American dollar, made it almost, it made it much less than it was, than it is now, right? And here's what Americans need to think about concerning that. They need to think about what would happen if the American dollar lost its value. I want you to think about your retirement and what that will do to your retirement plan. I want you to think about your home. I want you to think about the cost of things if the American dollar loses its value significantly. Now, the brother earlier mentioned that the amount the American dollar has lost in value, and I just want to slightly correct the thing there because he's spot on in a way. The value that he mentioned, the 97% decline, is the loss in value since the Federal Reserve was created and started printing our money. So we used to, by the Constitution, the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury Department is supposed to print our currency. But since the Federal Reserve was erected, we've lost 97% of value. Now, when people start talking about the Federal Reserve, stuff start happening to them, right? We know this, right? John Kennedy was one of those people who was thinking about going back to the Treasury Department, printing our currency to get rid of usury, which is our paying interest rates and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this is more nuanced than meets the eye. There is also conversation that Maduro turned himself in, and that the theater of war, I don't want to call it little bombing, because any injuries and loss of life and stuff like that happened is to be grieved. But it is it is very likely he turned himself in. China was just visiting with him a few days before. There is a concerted effort to move the United States off as a global lead, and to move the dollar out of being the global currency. Now, I know we got beef with the nation in as much as it has not done completely right by us. And if our dollar gets devalued significantly, we are all going to lose. Now, in my statement, if you scroll down it and you read it, it's on my Twitter profile. It's also on my Facebook profile for Long for Senate 2026. You will see that I propose some ways to renegotiate these contracts that folks are feeling are not fair, are inequitable, and some people will call racist and white supremacist and exploitative. And when they were negotiated in the 70s, I'm sure they are not to the benefit of the people who have the oil in their ground. So I would invite everybody to take a look at the proposals that I presented there. And I will go ahead and say that those proposals and that statement has been shared in DC. So it's more complicated than people think. Don't shoot yourself in the foot to spite your face. These allegations that they made toward Maduro in New York may not even hold water. I think there's some diplomacy happening, but there's stuff that has to look a certain way because there are people out to minimize the United States when it comes to global leadership. So thank you for the time, and I'm sorry I took so much.
I have a question real quick. So when it said ask her finance reform, would that change the priority of politicians to serving people versus serving big businesses?
Absolutely, positively. I can tell you that our elections are bought. She who has the most money is the person who can get in front of the most voters. And it takes a lot to win an election, to get in front of voters. You have to travel, you have to purchase literature, you have to purchase yard signs, you have to purchase commercials. I've been very fortunate to not have to pay for interviews because I have friends who advocate for me. And when people talk to me, they usually want to talk to me again. But if I didn't have that kind of media savvy and be a journalist and know how to write all this kind of stuff, I would probably have to purchase media. I do know candidates who are paying for interviews, and I just refuse to do that. But it costs a lot of money. So yes, we need campaign finance reform. And I saw somebody talk about the stealing of oil. One of the things people have to realize as well is that, yes, while Venezuela and other countries have that oil in the ground, the American oil and gas companies did indeed help them develop the way to get it out of the ground and to move it across the world. And then those nations nationalized their oil and gas and kick those American companies out. So there was a lawsuit about this, and the oil and gas companies did win. And there was supposed to be restitution, but it didn't happen. And so, again, there are more things that are happening. I think that those contracts can and should be revisited and negotiated for fairness so that the people in Venezuela absolutely benefit from the black gold under their feet.
Okay. So that's what Trump is saying, that they owe us, huh? Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, because there was a lawsuit about it. So, and they didn't overthrow Venezuela, the Venezuelan government. The vice president, I think there's speculation that she's in Russia. She may still be in Venezuela. They didn't overthrow the government. Tulsi Gabbard and even I have been very clear. Regime change is not the thing. I think there's more going on. I think people are going to find out more about what is actually happening with Maduro. It's fascinating to me and not a coincidence that China had just visited with him a couple of days before. As a matter of fact, there was some speculation that the Chinese officials who were visiting with him were still there when the raid happened. So there's a lot more happening. I am not for regime change. I think the United States needs to stay out of people's business. I do think that there is more from a national security, national interest, economic perspective, and not just for oil and gas, but for the American people, than meets the eye. As far as I know, nobody got the 500 or 50 million USD. We're going to find out a lot more in the days to come. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were some shenanigans happening, or if Maduro turned himself in because of some international conflict that would have been popping off had some plans that were being developed and carried through.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, people.
Thanks, take care, bye.
Thank you. This is Foreign Affairs. We're learning different things. Hey, it's different. Learning foreign affairs of what's going on in other countries. We got to be aware of that as well. I'm thinking that it's a lot that's going on that we're not aware of, that we don't know. Some of us, I believe that we're just speculating, and we might be on point. We might be on point as far as the drugs and all that, and the oil, and man, it's crazy. So, all right, we're going to take some more callers. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. It's been a pleasure, people. We're learning things. I'm learning because I woke up one morning and they said, U.S. bomb Venezuela. I said, what? Couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it, people. I couldn't believe it. I really could not believe it, but it is what it is. All right, we got some stuff that I got up on the screen here too. So this is something. Now we know America's going to be behind the regime change. We know that. Come on now, America going to put their people in place. Yeah, they're going to put their people in place. You know that. Definitely. So, all right. What I'm going. Go
At
ahead, Bill.
least Donald Trump came out and said it. The bottom line, this is America doing what America do. When they made the agreements, whatever they were, with Venezuela or the party that was in charge in Venezuela, whatever the agreement was, please believe the people that run America, the America that we know, the America that I know, they set them people up to fail in the beginning so that this day would come. Please believe it.
Yes.
Please believe. That's the way our government and the people with the most money, the top 1%, that's the way they get down. And we were on the Democrats' ass for bringing them here, but now we got a Republican president, and that's doing just the opposite, ready to send them back and make sure that everybody that came here is going to be all right when they get back, and the ones that's there. My problem is when is America going to face the trials and tribulations that's here? They got all the resources to do any and everything that the top 1% want to do. Just wish people open their eyes.
Okay. We got B Red this time. Come on, B Red. Thank you, Bill.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Go ahead.
What's up, Bill?
What's going on?
No, this is just like you. I got a phone call. Somebody said, "Hey, man, they bombed Venezuela. They went and got Maduro."
Right.
Well, I wasn't surprised because Bush did the same thing to Noriega. He sent the Marines into Panama, arrested Noriega, and brought him back to New York City. The playbook for this has already been done. They just let the president of Honduras go on a narco trafficking charge, that he released in this summer. This particular guy was asked so many times to step aside, and he refused. Don't think that they moved billions of dollars with the assets in place without them first having a conversation with this guy. They let him know, hey, man, we got a 10-year RICO terrorism case on you out of the Southern District of New York, brother. You come in one way or the other. You can fly here on your own and face the charges, or we'll send the people to come and get you. This is nothing new to the United States. Remember, they found Saddam Hussein in a 6-foot hole in the middle of the desert in Iraq, 5,000 miles away from the United States. If they want you, they will come and get you. This is facts. This is nothing new. Noriega in jail now if he ain't dead. He down there at Supermax when they needed to go get El Chapo. Didn't they go get El Chapo? They just arrested El Chapo's competition a couple of months ago, killed his son 3 months ago. They doing all this in foreign countries. They're not doing this over here. The new playbook for Trump administration, in case y'all hadn't heard, gangs. He has, or he's moving to list all United States gangs as terrorist organizations. Meaning, when you see these young men throwing up their gang signs on their social media, and they got cases down there for gang violence, guess what? They finna start RICOing. That's all over the country. That's not just Chicago or LA. They finna start RICOing these kids that's in gangs. He's determined to get this mess cleaned up. But, of course, like I spoke with you earlier, Martin, this is about all, brother. They didn't care nothing about this man moving what little amount of cocaine or pills he could move. What Venezuela does is minuscule in comparison to what China and Mexico got going with the fentanyl and what the Colombians and the Mexicans got with the cocaine and the heroin. He's nobody. But what he does have is, like that man said earlier, they got 350 billion gallons or 350 billion barrels of untapped reserve. It's already been done. All they got to do is go turn the pump on. But see, Venezuela's been under sanctions for the past 2 years. And about and at the same time, they running a RICO case on Maduro's ass. They knew he was dirty. They knew his wife was dirty. They know that they in bed with their gang down there. And guess what? He's going to get his ass tried. His arraignment going to be next week in the Southern District of New York, baby. They're not playing. They got a 99% conviction rate. He's done. He could have left peacefully, came up here with his lawyer, posted bail. They offered him all of that. And he refused it. Even when he saw them blowing up boats, when he saw them bringing aircraft carriers, submarines, destroyers, billions and billions of dollars in terms of equipment down there, he thought that they was playing. They don't play. When they want you, they come and get you. And yes, it's about the all. Now, as far as what the United States owe on their debt to China and how they're going to pay it, green cash was good for them last year. I don't know what they get their ass in the air about it now. We just keep printing it. We just keep cashing it.
Oh, wow.
But that's pretty much it on this little case, brother. He's out of here.
Okay.
We'll be able to watch this on TV. He up there with P. Diddy now in New York City in the Bronx. He got an orange jumpsuit on this morning. And he was sleeping in a mansion 2 days ago.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about, what about this question? Why has Trump sent troops into Africa? That's why.
Same reason. Under the guise of what I heard on CNN, so it's the truth. They said that they was torturing and killing Christians. Well, then come out and say, well, the country asked us to come in because they were having a Taliban problem or whatever, one of those terrorist organization problems. But what was saying was that, they was killing Christians. So, of course, Trump was going to make a big deal out of it. I don't know, did they arrest anybody? Did anybody go to jail? Did anybody get killed? We ain't heard too much about it. But, they do a lot of stuff, Martin, do stuff to make a big splash, and at the same time they're making a big splash, they over here dirty in their hands or something else. But Nigeria holds a lot of oil reserves. They one of the largest oil producers in the world. So,
and next door is the Congo. The Congo is the richest piece of land on planet Earth. So they can have a satellite and a launch pad to get to Congolese and African resources. Africa is the richest continent. It's self-sustaining.
I don't disagree with you on that. But the Congo's been there for the taking for 50 years. They didn't have to wait till yesterday or last week to go get it. They could have been one guy that would admit little resistance getting it, because the folks ain't got no army, no navy, or nothing that can stop the United States from coming in there and camping around an oil camp and start sucking all the resources out of the country.
Well, Congo has
Bro, come on.
Those countries have armies, and America they don't have strong military presence there and an outpost there.
I'm going to agree with you, but if they want to put a base there, they've had 50 years to put a base there. Like I said, brothers riding up on Jeeps with 50 cows on them, that's not an army. That's just a bunch of jokers with guns.
No, they have full armies. Check out your brother Ibrahim Traore. He's not having it.
No, he's not.
He's not having it. And he's stirring up. His problem with France. He got a problem with France, which I don't blame him. A lot of them countries should have been kicked France out of that, because they ain't doing nothing but sucking down their resources. And like Traore said, you just taking all of our stuff and giving us crumbs and starving us to death, while y'all living in big mansions and spending billions of dollars and getting corporations off our backs. I've heard Traore speak, and what he's speaking there is the truth. And the truth is really the only thing that's protecting them right now. So trust me, if they wanted him dead, Traore will be dead tomorrow, if they don't view him as a threat. But if he starts killing folks, then he'll have a problem with everybody. As long as he trying to keep everything legal, don't just be breaking into people's homes, dragging them out and burning them to death in the middle of the street like the doctor used to do.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he keeps everything legal, they'll let him operate. As long as he's not evil. And he's going to eventually do business with the United States, but he just told him, we're going to do business under our terms, not yours. Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to let somebody else get it,
Okay, that's
before you get
good.
off.
We're about to end it in a minute. I just wanted to come on here and give a little intake about this because I'm still learning more and more about, foreign affairs and about this situation because it's actually all new to me. I just wanted to see
But
what.
you remember Noriega, though, right?
Oh, yeah, of course, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You remember Saddam Hussein, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You remember Gaddafi, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This is the same policy.
It's the same playbook, huh? Same playbook.
Same policy, same playbook.
Same strategy.
Okay.
They took from Gaddafi. They took 144 tons of gold from him. 144 tons.
Okay.
A ton. I think a ton is 2,000 pounds.
Right. Yeah. Yes, it is.
And gold selling for what, 4,000 an ounce?
Man, gold is up
16
there.
ounces make a pound. So they took trillions of dollars from the people. Like it wasn't nothing. And to be honest with you, Gaddafi, on the most part, the way he ran his country, free healthcare, free education, money for your home. Gaddafi was doing a lot of things right. But he was a weirdo and a sex fiend, so he did a lot of stuff wrong in pursuit of his own personal affairs. He could be a messy beast, and all that in front of the folks.
The problem they had with Gaddafi was about to launch a satellite to where Africa nowadays, all the African countries, to make a phone call, their phone calls go through Europe and then back. If you want to call your country next door, your phone call goes through Europe and then back down to your neighbor next door. Gaddafi was about to launch a satellite to make Africa independent, and he was about to launch the Afro dollar, which was based on gold and African resources, and that would have destroyed the dollar. Gaddafi, before he came into power, Libya was extremely poor. He nationalized the oil, and now everybody, all the Libyan citizens get a free house. When you get married, you get $50,000. When you have a child, you get $50,000. And racist white people can't stand that kind of justice,
that kind of power either.
Yeah, they don't want black people to be independent and think independent. The Chinese, the Rolls Royce that's $400,000. The Chinese is making it for $30,000 and $40,000. And this is why Trump put up a tariff.
And there ain't no Chinese cars in America. Now the parts, I said there aren't any Chinese cars in America, but all the parts are from China and Mexico. And that's across the board.
There's a few Chinese cars in America, but it costs you to import them. And a lot of people don't know about them. His brother in Africa who made a car that runs off water, and another brother in Africa made a car that runs off radio waves. And that would bring an end to oil money. That kills oil money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made America rich. Well, keep America rich. What first made America rich was cotton.
We're not going to disagree.
Okay.
You're not going to get no disagreement out of me.
Right.
Not at all.
Right.
Any of the stuff you're talking about.
Go ahead, Bill. We're going to end it with you, man. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Okay. Mike, you said at the beginning of the show, it being a gangster move on Donald Trump, the legality of it is going it's gonna be legal. It's like B. Red said. It's the
You got a
same
case in the
playbook.
Southern District, Bill. You got a case in the Southern District, bro.
Playbook. And the whole thing in a nutshell, you gotta respect him for being a man and making those moves without having consent. If you remember, Donald Trump in his campaign and early on was talking about withdrawing from the UN. He didn't want to have to have their approval and go by their rules. First president that I know of in my day and age that even mentioned something like that. So I'm saying you got to give him credit for making this move, and it ain't the first time that the president made a move like that. But just like all that oil is over there and resources there's a lot of resources in Africa. So not only do we know that those resources are there, other countries know it's there, and they're there to try to undermine anything that the American people or government have laid down, whether they was doing deals up under the table or not. So
Give him credit for stealing people's natural resources.
It might be. That's why I say America is doing what America does. I'm not condoning the way they operate.
Right.
I said in the beginning they throw a rock and hide their hand.
Let me ask you a question. Which United States? Let me ask you a question, brother. Which United States president has 34 felony convictions?
That you know what? That doesn't.
Which president?
Because
a felony doesn't mean anything. Why do we have prisons? Why do we have prisons?
Hold on.
Why do we have prisons?
Hold
on. Let him talk. Go ahead, Bill.
Let me enlighten you to something.
No, you can't. You can't enlighten me, brother. You can't enlighten me.
Okay, well, I can't enlighten you. Let me enlighten somebody that might be listening. Since you know everything, you talk about the man.
You said I know everything. I never said that.
Oh, okay. Well, let me finish talking. I'm a convicted felon that got a second chance that changed their life around. Never in the history of America, and I'm not a big advocate for Donald Trump, but never in history have you ever heard of anybody being charged with 34 felonies and getting convicted of every one. Come on, man.
Yes, you have.
And I'm not.
Okay. This is the day.
Never in the history of America.
I'll let you talk.
Besides him.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that.
I hadn't finished, brother.
No, you made a point. Let me make a point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, 34,
man. The president with 34 felonies, I think it's 34, is Donald Trump.
He aware of that.
And a Google search will prove that to be true. Now, how can you say a felony is insignificant?
Has joined.
Go ahead, bro.
A felony took you off the street.
A felony don't make you make a wiser decision, a lesser decision, or a person that doesn't have a felony make a better decision or a better CEO. It doesn't mean you're a better person in the walk of life. That's all I'm saying. And the next thing, a felony is a felony, brother. That means you did something wrong. In most cases, there's a lot of people that's been convicted of felonies that didn't even do it. Now, what I'm saying,
you coming up with different.
The 34.
You coming up with different. You changing the subject. You changing the subject.
No, I'm on the same subject.
No, a felony means a criminal, and these are criminal acts. These are criminal acts.
It doesn't mean you're a criminal if you convicted of a felony. It's many people who've been convicted of felonies, and I'm not saying that Donald Trump didn't do or commit the felonies that he charged with. But I do know this, being part of a judicial system, never in the history that I know of, in watching cases publicly and in real life, if a person gets charged with 34 felonies, usually only maybe half of them stick. Not all.
No, I didn't say charged. I didn't say charged. I said convicted.
Okay, so what? So
That's what I
he's
just
a convicted. He's a convicted felon now. What? Who's gonna go arrest him? He got his own army. He got his own navy. He got his own air force. He got his own marines. Who's gonna go to his house and put him in handcuffs if they didn't do it after he got convicted when he was a citizen? Those convictions came when he was a citizen. They could have looked easy with the Mar-a-Lago and put cuffs on him and drug his ass out like they did everybody else. Right. They didn't because they couldn't.
And they knew where they were at.
But these fellas knew nothing on that level. They mean something to us, but they don't mean nothing on that level.
Right.
Nothing.
What I'm saying is
Donald Trump.
All I'm saying is,
brother,
when you're a convicted felon, multiple convicted felons, wherever you go, you take you with you. And if you're a convicted felon, that means you've done crimes. And this act, and they say in cards, follow suit. This act follows suit as a criminal act. Criminals do criminal acts.
I mean, but George Bush did this to Noriega. He didn't have any felonies.
Right.
Brother, what I'm telling you, brother, this is the playbook that they did run.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right. You're right.
We got three more callers now. Go ahead.
This is the point I'm trying to stress to anybody that's listening. Yeah, this is the old playbook. This is America doing what America does.
Right. It's a strategy.
Absolutely.
It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with Democrats or Donald Trump, Republicans. This is what America's been doing.
Right. Exactly.
That's all I'm trying to get people to see and stop letting the politics side make you ignore what's been going on. My bottom line is, you see what's going on. You see these people came here, and we blame the Democratic Party. The Republicans taking them back and going to give them the resources. I'm not saying they don't deserve their country back and running good. What I'm saying is, what about my people? Why are we constantly ignored in all of America's game when we are the original people here?
Right.
We've been ignored as far as reparations in the most mistreated people on the face of the planet. I don't care about a political party.
Okay.
I'm just pointing out the whole situation, my brother.
Okay,
yes,
Bill.
Yes,
we got three callers. We got three callers. Okay. All right. Let me go to this caller, 5758. Everybody put your phone on mute until I call on you. 5758. Because I hear noise in the background. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how are you doing? Go ahead.
I'm fine, and you? Can you hear me, Martin? Because I'm on YouTube.
Okay,
I'm on YouTube.
Okay, I don't care what you on. Just turn it down so it won't be no echo or delay. Just turn it down and just talk to me as if we were just talking on the telephone. You get a chance to go back and look at yourself later if you want to. Okay, go ahead.
Martin, I don't know if you remember me. Remember when I called August of this year?
I can't remember.
I'm the one that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm the one that said it's about the oil.
Okay.
I said, you was like, tell the truth and saying the devil. This is what my show is about.
Right.
And I said, no, I don't want to get into that. But I said this in August. The reason why the Venezuelans, when they allowed those certain choice of illegals to come into this country,
Right.
it's always been about the oil.
Mm-hmm.
So when they talking about, oh, it's a drug, we trying to stop drugs, that's not the case. And you know, I live next door to I got it's Joshua. You know, they use these American names, and I asked him today. I was like, I heard about your president. I speak a little, Spanish. So I heard about your president. They're like, yeah, we glad. So I'm like, what? Y'all glad Trump went over there? What's really going on? I said, but do y'all want them to overthrow your country? I said, but what do you think is going to happen to you guys? I know you don't want United States taking over your country or anything like that. But here's the thing. This is, like I said, was my theory then, and this is even though I didn't even know, I just was reading, I did my research, and I was like, damn, they got $304 billion of barrels of oil. Why are they allowing these certain groups of people to come in this country? And it made me think, wait a minute. Something ain't right. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait it out. And they're here. They claim to kidnap they supposed to have kidnapped the wife, him, the president, and the wife. And so my theory was, when you said Big Sexy, that's what they call me, Big Sexy. Come on, tell us, Big Sexy, what do you think it is? Why do you think they're allowing all these people over here? Why do you think they just picking that certain group of people? Now they done took they're gonna kidnap the president and his wife, and Trump is saying, "Oh, we trying to stop the drug trafficking." No, baby, this has always been about the oil from day one since 2018.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to make it to get something.
Hold on, it's from the Biden administration. Then they passed the baton to Trump. They're trying to make it seem like Trump was started, but it was always the Biden administration. Then all these presidents do is they just pass the baton to each one, because they all related. They all related. From the President Jefferson all the way down to Obama they all related, and we know this. So it's the oil.
Yep.
What they're gonna do, what I believe, oh Lord, and I hope it's not, and I hope my theory is wrong, but I'm always right because I read a lot. What I believe there is, just like the Democrats here in the United States, what they're gonna do, they're gonna play games with these people, but they're gonna take over their country. They're gonna take their country. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who you think they're going to make the president over there? The president of Texaco, Mobil, Halliburton? Which one of these more major oil corporations should be the new interim president of Venezuela? I promise you, it's going to be from one of these oil companies.
And that was the thing when I thought. That was the thing that I said.
Hello?
And that was the thing that I said in August when I called early August of 2025, and I said the reason why they giving them all these resources and stuff like that is it's always been about the oil. You even got Trump even saying it on video. They've been taking oil from our country. It's never been about them taking oil from them. We one of their biggest buyers. And so, they renegades. They done went over there and they're going to take their country, baby. They're going to take their country.
All right.
It's going to be hell to pay the captain, though.
Okay, now listen, we're going to...
This is bad.
Ma'am. All right, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next call, okay? I had to take a break. Go ahead. 206 is next. Go ahead, 206. Go ahead, 206.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for holding.
You and everybody.
Y'all know I always have to answer my door. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Real quick, and I'll go ahead and be quiet. But a couple of some interesting things about Maduro, and there's some questions for some of the callers. I didn't know that they say he's communist and everything, and if he's communist, he's communist. I'm not a communist, but if he wants to be a communist, that's up to him. But in Venezuela, Maduro was moving to outlaw pornography. I didn't know that. And he's also outlawing abortion in Venezuela. Another thing he's doing is he's moving to outlaw sex changes. Check that out. Sex changes in Venezuela, particularly for youth, because for young people, well, anybody with sex change, they give you hormone treatments first, and then after you've taken that for a while, then they give you a sex change. He's moving to make that completely illegal. And another thing he's doing is he's made usury illegal. Usury is charging interest on loans. Like, say you got a credit card and you charge 20-some% interest. Maduro done moved to make that illegal in the entire country of Venezuela. But you don't hear that on the news. And to the brother that was talking to Bill about Trump having felonies, and yeah, he does have felonies. But is that brother still here, or did he hang the phone up?
He's still here.
You still here, brother?
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay, okay, I heard you. You take issue with the fact that he has 30-some felonies, and many people do. But let's be clear. Just because you have a felony, that doesn't mean that you actually have a felony. I'm sure you've heard of something called the Innocence Project. I've mentioned it on this talk before. Let me read you something. If you go to their website, let me read you something. Innocence Project and its affiliates free a variable number of people annually, with recent years seeing around 9 to 10 exonerations directly by the main Innocence Project in 2023. While nationwide, including their cases, figures are higher, around 147 exonerations in 2024, showing significant impact over time, with over 200 Innocence Project clients freed and 375 total DNA exonerations by 2020. So my point in saying this is, just because a guy has a felony or 100 felonies, the criminal justice system in America is corrupt, and you cannot go by the fact that somebody has felonies. Because a lot of Trump's, just like Bill said, just because you have even convictions, these are people who are convicted, their felonies by themselves could be fraudulent. Now, let me ask the brother this, and your voice sounds familiar. Are you the brother that claimed to be a therapist on this live a couple shows ago? Is that you? The one I asked about the mirror effect? Is that you?
I don't claim to be. I am.
Okay, but so that is you then, right?
I don't claim to be. I am.
Is that you? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking. Are you the same guy?
I don't claim to be. I am. Yeah, that was me.
Okay, and you said that nobody can enlighten you. Is that what you told Bill when Bill said you said nobody can enlighten you? Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say that. Maybe clean your ears out. I said he can't enlighten me on that. Now there's something. If you say a felony is not significant, so there's no such thing as
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
What did you just say?
Clean your ears out. I didn't
what did you just say?
Say that.
What did you just say about a felony being insignificant?
I said that felonies, because the criminal justice system is as corrupt as it is, you cannot place the trust in felonies that they're legitimate. There's people every year that have major crimes that those crimes have proven to not apply to those people, and those people are innocent, and those felonies have to be removed.
And
you argue that?
That is correct. But 34 felonies, which he's convicted of, seems to bespeak something called a pattern.
Seems to
now,
be
if we had one or two, if we had one or two questionable felony convictions, then you would have a point. But 34,
1 or 2 convictions, you said, I would have a point.
It would be questionable then.
Is that what
Then
you
you
said?
could call
Is
it
that
into
what you
question.
said? 1 or 2 convictions?
If he had 1 or 2, he's got 34.
Why not 5 or 6? Why not 5 or 6?
Say what you want.
No, I'm asking. I'm not saying anything. I'm asking you.
Say what you want.
Made the comment. Why not 5 or 6?
Hey, Martin.
Why not
Yeah.
1 or 2? Do
Yeah.
you see the point that I'm trying to make here? You see the point,
Okay.
Mr. Therapist? Do you see the point that I'm making? If the system is corrupt, it doesn't matter how many they have. You cannot trust felonies in the United States of America
Yes, you can. When they
convictions are politically or racially motivated.
No,
Would you argue that?
a conviction means proven. It's not an allegation. It's no longer an allegation.
So then the Innocence Project is freeing guilty people, is what you're saying, right?
You're changing the subject. I don't know about the Innocence Project.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Well,
Martin, were you gonna say something?
And
Look
what
like
Yeah.
you
man
had thought you
saying
were
holds
gonna
a lot of weight.
Hey,
Yeah.
Martin.
Go ahead, be red. Then I got to give
let's-
Mama Doris. Go ahead.
Let's
Go ahead.
Okay, let's explain this so we can put this to bed. Them 34 counts that he was convicted of because he had 32 pieces of classified documents in his house. They just convicted him of 32. Those were the strongest ones that they had when they went to court. They could have convicted him of 1,000 because he had thousands of documents that belong to the federal government. The federal government asked the Trump administration, well, not the administration because he was off, but they asked for them to send them back the classified documents. They picked 34 out of 1,000 and 32 or 3 out of 1,000 convictions. The other 2 convictions were for contempt of court because he refused, and the other was a felony charge of trying to stop the investigation. So really, it was just a paperwork. It was a paperwork felony. But this man is right. He knows too many brothers that didn't get a job at McDonald's and had felony. So the significance of a felony is that what it is. It's a felonious count convicted of. But in his case, it was politically motivated. But he could have saved himself so much grief if he'd have just sent them folks back their damn paperwork. It was just that simple. They had asked him 5 times in 3 years, could you please send us back our classified documents? They don't belong to you. And all he had to do was comply. But Trump said ask like that. He didn't feel like it. So he had his lawyers fighting it. I ain't sending you this. I got a lot of my own stuff mixed up there. All this could have been avoided if he just sent them folks a damn paperwork.
All right.
So he got 34 counts of 34 pieces of paper that he wasn't supposed to have in his possession.
All right.
One obstruction charge and another charge of contempt of court.
Okay.
Because he was court ordered to do it and he didn't.
My whole point was criminals do crimes. And
of course,
this act,
we all agree with it.
This act against Venezuela was a criminal act. You don't go into another man's country with some trumped up charges.
Brother, they should have put a RICO case on his ass for terrorism narco. He's dog. That's the same case they put on Chapo. That's the same case they put on Noriega. This is standard operation here, baby. You spitting in the wind. You are spitting in the wind. This is how it goes. And I tell you what, start moving a lot of drugs from out of your house, and don't you see if you get a RICO case put on your ass.
Right. No, I'm not spitting in the wind at all.
That's why he got kicked up. Basically, this was nothing but a warrant pickup. He got picked up on a warrant out of
Okay. Hey, we're gonna. Okay, guys, we're gonna get the show back on the road. We got another caller. I don't want you guys to see who the smartest and all that. We're not on here for that. Okay.
No, we ain't doing that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do
all right.
That. We just try to make sure everybody understands.
Okay. Cool. All right. Come on, Mama Doris. Mama Doris, come on.
Good evening, Martin.
Good evening
to the family.
Hello.
Trump,
Hey, Mama Doris.
Donald Trump just carried out against the move against the sovereign country. Donald Trump just did what all of the presidents before him have done. Donald Trump, like all the presidents before him, continues to go around the world to dominate and to take over other countries' assets and resources.
Right.
What he just did is criminal. What he just did is immoral, it's unethical, and we should be very concerned about the policies of the United States. The policies of the United States are gangster policies. What we're witnessing now is just history repeating itself. Read the Monroe Doctrine. We're right back to that, 1923. History is repeating itself. It is about white supremacy and about white people wanting and trying and are dominating the world, controlling the world.
Tell them, Mama Doris.
And manifest destiny.
They have been after Maduro just like they were after Hugo Chavez. Venezuela is a communist socialist country. They have very close ties with Cuba. And we better watch out because Cuba is going to be next. Cuba is the only country in Latin America that America does not control and dominate. They tried to take down Castro. That did not happen. And that is what's going on. It doesn't have anything to do with drugs. Okay, if they're so concerned about drugs, why didn't they go? Why haven't they gone into Afghanistan? Afghanistan is the #1 producer of heroin. 90% of the heroin comes out of Afghanistan. Why didn't they go into Bolivia, go Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, Philippines? All of these countries are countries that are on the list that the United States government have identified as the leading countries of drugs, methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin. So why didn't Obama, why didn't Bush, why didn't any of them go after Afghanistan? Why didn't they do that? When they had the war in Iraq, when we had that war, when they were bombing all those bombing everything over there, they didn't bomb the poppy fields of Afghanistan. That's where all this heroin is coming from.
No, Ms. Doris, they protected it.
All of this, all of this is nothing but a distraction. The policies of this country are dirty. They're murderous. They're everything contemptible, everything that is disgusting. This is my country. This is our country. This is the only country we have. So I'm concerned about the policies of the United States government. I have always been concerned about the policies of the United States government because they're devastating. They're devastating. These white people go around the world. That's all they do. Go around the world and go into sovereign countries and remove the leadership. And then they take over. Venezuela has the largest supply of oil than any country on the face of this earth. It's all about the oil. And so what are they doing now? The character assassination of this man. Hugo Chavez, when he got in office, 80% of the people who voted for Hugo Chavez are the ones who are experiencing abject poverty. It's this elite class of white folks who live mainly in Caracas, Venezuela, who went after Chavez. They didn't get him because he died from cancer. And then they started in on Maduro, the CIA, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff, these military warmongers, and that CIA. The CIA is one of the dirtiest organizations you could find in a place on the face of this earth. So we should be concerned about this, what this government is doing. So he's just done what all of the presidents have done. And Obama, look what Obama did. Obama went into Libya. Had no reason to go into Libya.
Tell the truth.
But if Libya
and
had not
shame
given up
the
its
devil.
weapons, its weapons is nuclear weapons, he never would have gone in there.
No,
Notice, the United States does not bother people who have nuclear weapons. If you look at the Monroe Doctrine, 1920, James Monroe, 1923. In that Monroe Doctrine, the European countries and the United States, the agreement was that the European countries did not meddle into any of the countries that are close to the United States, like Latin America and the Caribbean. And the United States was not supposed to mess with any of the countries that are close to Europe. That was in the Monroe Doctrine. And I think somebody asked the question, why did he do what he did in Nigeria? Because Nigeria just is making a coalition with China. Venezuela had an alliance with Russia. So wherever any country that's aligning themselves with Russia or with China, the United States is trying to make a move on these countries. Because the United States dominates all of Latin America, all of the Caribbean countries, except Cuba. And we go back to the Bay of Pigs when John Kennedy was in office. They wanted John Kennedy to go into Cuba. The Joint Chiefs of Staff, all these warmongering military men, and the CIA, they wanted John Kennedy to go into Cuba. He refused to do it. And right after that, what happened to Kennedy? The CIA, as we speak, the CIA is still in Venezuela. The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, is all over the world, destabilizing governments, causing confusions amongst the people. That is the role of the CIA. That is the role of the United States. And the only way white people can stay in power is by going around the world and just taking other people's resources, locking up their leadership. If Venezuela wants to be a communist, a socialist country, let them do it. That's a Venezuela problem. That's not an American problem. All these countries Libya, all these countries that we've gone into, they have a right to their own sovereignty and the kind of government they want to have. Ask us about democracy. What has democracy meant for Black people in America? What has democracy done for Black people in America? And to tell you the truth, only Black Americans are the ones who challenge the United States. We are the only ones who have challenged these policies of the United States. So we must be concerned when they do things like what he did and what Obama did. Libya was stabilized before Obama went in, and somebody mentioned earlier about what all the people got after he naturalized the resources in that country. By naturalizing those resources, he took the money and he helped the people. I spent 3 weeks in Venezuela. We were in Caracas. And we were told while we were in Caracas, be careful about even mentioning Hugo Chavez's name. They hated him. The CIA, when we were down there, as they are today, they were creating coups. They did everything they could to try to get rid of that man. But he had a close relationship with Cuba, and he came down with cancer. He didn't even get his treatment in Venezuela. He went to Cuba because he did not trust the doctors in Venezuela. And just the tip of the iceberg of what these people are doing. But we, as Americans, we should be concerned about the domestic policies in the United States and the foreign policies of the United States, because ultimately it's going to impact us. It's going to impact us. So now they're going to start this character assassination. You've never heard tell of Venezuela being as involved in this drug stuff as you're here now. That's a character assassination. I just named some of these countries. Go after them. Mexico, right next door to us. Cocaine. Methamphetamine and everything, fentanyl, everything. It's a distraction, and it's about they have control now of the largest oil reserve in the world, and all these American oil companies are going to be down there, and if they put somebody in that seat is going to be a puppet, somebody that they can control. That's what it's all about. It is ugly. It is ugly. And you know
Tell the
what?
truth and
kinda-
shame the
we
devil.
need China and we need Russia to keep the United States in order. Okay, let's look at Ukraine. Going back to the Monroe Doctrine. He's not doing anything about what Russia's doing in Ukraine. Ukraine is close to Russia. That's a European thing. And that's
about all too.
Monroe Doctrine.
That's about all too.
Yep. All true.
Everything about resources, about the resources of that country, of those countries. We have no right to do this, but this is white supremacy 101. This is how white people stay in power, and they will do anything to stay in power, and they are doing it. Racism and white supremacy is about dominance and control. So that's all I have to
That's
say.
it, Mama Doris.
All right.
That's all she.
That's it, people.
Drop the mic.
That's it. Hey, nothing else to be said, people. We're going to leave it right there. It's been an hour and 51 minutes. And I appreciate you guys. Maybe we could revisit this tomorrow. I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
If you guys do a little bit more research, and we can revisit this tomorrow. I can give you my word.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about. We're gonna have to talk about this stuff because it's impacting us as Black Americans.
Right.
That's all I am concerned about. It is impacting us as Black Americans. When I see with all of this immigration, all of that is planned. All of that, it's a distraction while they are pushing us farther and farther down in a hole. No jobs for our children, education messed up, healthcare, everything. This stuff is going to impact us directly as it is as we speak. So we have to be concerned about what this government is doing, and we have to challenge these people. Donald Trump and everybody else, he is only doing what all the 44 or 43 presidents before him have done. White supremacy. We don't even want to discuss it.
White supremacy.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Martin.
Go ahead, 206. We're trying to get ahead, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Two things. In Venezuela, you have a lot of Afro-Venezuelans that are not only Afro-Venezuelans, but are like a lot of the Brazilians. They're pro-Black and they're pro-Black folks here in America, unlike the Black folks say in Dominican Republic. But, that's up to them. So I'm going to say a prayer for them, and I hope they'll be safe. And if you do this tomorrow, what time do you think? About the same time you're going to come on?
Yeah, let's go.
So I won't miss you?
Yeah, let's go around like eight people to give me enough time. Because about 8.
Sound good.
Okay.
Well, family, as your elder, I am saying to you, and I am begging you, be concerned about Black Americans only, because we're in trouble. Black Americans, because these other people are not concerned about us.
Right.
That's their problems. Let them fight. Let Venezuelans rise. Let them rise up if you're concerned. We have to be concerned about Black Americans. It is time out for us to be concerned about everybody else when they're taking all of the food and everything away from us. What kind of future are our children going to have? Black folks, you got to be concerned about Black folks. Nobody else is concerned about us.
We need to talk about building the Black family.
Everything, all of that.
That is everything, Mama.
I'm not praying for anybody but Black Americans.
Right.
Let's get away from this nonsense. We're in trouble. None of these white boys care anything about. None of these presidents care anything about us. None of them.
Neither party.
We're under genocide.
It's about white supremacy, and white supremacy benefits from each party.
Well, white terrorism.
Whatever you want to call yourself.
No, white terrorism.
It's a devil with two heads.
Because whites aren't supreme in anything.
Well, you know what? Okay, say whatever you want to say about it. It's white supremacy.
No, I say the truth, Mama. I gotta say the truth, not what I want to say.
You know what?
When you say white supremacy and say, let me finish.
Brother, I truly understand where you're coming from. I truly do, and I do agree with you. But I'm on another concept with a different meaning altogether. I understand exactly what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. You're right.
Right.
But I think you understand the context in which I'm talking.
Yes, ma'am. But when we say supreme, we subconsciously worship white people, and we have to get out of that. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go down this road. I've said what I had to say, but I'm just saying to us, let's just start thinking about Black Americans and what we are going to do to protect ourselves and to get what we deserve. And we cannot do that loving everybody else, because it's going to take your mind away from your people.
Right. Thank you, Mama Doris. Appreciate
we are the only allies we have. We are the only allies we have.
Thank you, Mama Doris.
Let's start that narrative. And good night to everybody.
Good night. Thank you, Mama Doris.
Good night. Sister.
Okay, listen up. 5758. I let you speak early. We're trying to close out here.
Okay, I'm back again. I wanted to
come on now. You said it over. I let you go 5 minutes over and over and over and over. I walked away and let you talk now. What is it that you left out? Come on now, talk to me.
I want to, can y'all hear me? I want to expound on, who was that called that said he gonna pray for the Venezuelans that's here?
Yeah, what about him?
That was.
You know what? You crazy as hell. Them people is over here, they mercenaries. You know, they got them already set up. That's why they brought them over here. Because they already had this free friend, just like Mama Doris just said. It was already pre-planned. These people know exactly why they're here. At least 85% of them. They know exactly why they're here, and they know why they came.
Okay.
You know, it was already set up. So you talking about pray for them? Them is going to be the main ones that's going to be going against us.
Listen, please.
I'm going to listen, baby.
I didn't, listen. I did not say Venezuelans.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Listen. I said the Black Afro-Venezuelans who have supported us here, Black Americans, in the United States, unlike a lot of other Black people in Latin American countries. There's a population of Afro-Venezuelans that identify with Black people globally in the United States and support us with our issues. And all I said was, I'm not telling you, I'm saying for those Black people down there in Venezuela, our kindred down there, I'm just going to say a prayer that they don't receive the suffering that they possibly could receive. That's all I'm saying.
And you know what? I didn't know that. Thanks for clarifying. I promise you I didn't know that.
All right.
And you know what? I hope they don't. I'm finna get off Martin.
No, you finna get off now. I let you rattle. I gave you. I walked away from the mic and I was gone these 5 minutes. I know you get it. Okay. All right. We already know what. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I love being black. Do me a favor, everyone. Those of you that's on YouTube that's not subscribed to my page, please subscribe to my page. Please hit the like button. Appreciate you. All right. Facebook as well. Twitter, X as well. Hit the like button. Thank you. Share it. Post on it. Talk about it. Make some comments or something. Agree or disagree. Right. All right. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, people. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We're going back with the same subject. So come back with some more talking points, and we're going to be great. We're going to be good. Great, good, great. All right. See you guys.